Hello students, today we are going to see the topic that is in definitions for secant, tangent, arc, segment and sectors. So the first one is secant. Secant is a line passing through a circle and intersecting the circle at 2 points on the circumference of the circle. That is, look at here, consider a circle. In this, a line should pass through the circle. A line should pass through the circle and it intersects with the circumference at two distinct points, two different points. That line is called as secant. See, one thing you should clear with this. This is not a secant. This one is not a secant. For example, I am taking it as A1 and B1. This is chord. That is, chord means it should intersect, whose endpoints must lie on the circumference of the circle itself. But here, look at here, it just meets at the circumference, but it's not its endpoints. This line's endpoints are not lies on the circumference. So this is the difference between secant and chord. You could understand this carefully. See, secant is a line passing through the circle and intersecting the circle at 2 points on the circumference of the circle. This is the secant. Then second one is tangent. First one is secant, then the next one is tangent. That is a line that touches a circle at exactly one point and the point is known as point of contact. This means, consider a circle. The line, we can draw a line. That line should meet the circumference of the circle at exactly only one point. At exactly only one point. See, consider this line. In a circle, any line you can draw, but it should meet the circumference of the circle at exactly one point. At exactly one point is called, this line is called tangent. And this point of contact is known as, this point of intersection is known as point of contact. And the next one is arc. The next one is arc. See, for this, consider a circle. Draw a chord AB. That is the line whose endpoints lies on the circumference of the circle. You know already about the chord. See in the figure, first you draw a chord. The chord AB divides, this chord AB divides the circular part, that is the circumference, into two parts. You know, see here, this one is a part, this is a curved part, and this one is a part. See, the chord AB divides the circle into two parts. The curved parts is known as arcs. Simply you can say arc is nothing but part of a circle. So what is an arc? That is, in a figure you can draw a chord. It splits the curved parts into circumference into two parts. The two parts is called as, this curved parts is called as arc. Segment. The next one is segment. You did the same activity what you done already. You do the same thing again. Draw a chord in a circle. Similarly, here also wherever you can draw the chord divides the circle into some parts, In this, the curved part is known as arcs, and the inner portion, that is the area in between this figure, that also divide into two parts. That also divides into two parts. This parts is called as segment. This parts is called as segments. In the curved part, you can call it as arcs, that is previous one. And in the inner space, the area space, the space enclosed between the figure, that portion is called as segments. And one more thing you want to know in this, here the smaller part is known as minor arc and the major part is known as major arc. Similarly, the small portion is called as, the small portion inside the circle is known as minor segment, and the large portion is known as major segment. And the final one, that is the fifth one, is sector. Sector means, see, look into your circle, and this is the center. Here you just draw two radius inside this circle. For example, take the center as the O, and this radius, name it as A and B. OA and OB are two radius. Just you draw two radius in this circle, so that you can get some part in this, that is two radius, and the part of the circumference is involved in this, This portion is known as sector. Similarly, this is also, look at here, this is also two radius, and this is enclosed by the part of the circle. This portion is also known as sector. See the definition. The circular region enclosed by an arc of a circle and the two radii at its end points is known as sector. That is part of a circle. Arc represents part of a circle, and endpoints of the radius are to be enclosed. That is this is known as sector. And here also you can name it as the major portion, that is the larger portion is known as major sector, and the smaller portion is known as minor sector.